was your favorite wrestler growing up besides your dad?
In my youth
Mhm.
was Mr. Wrestling #2. He was huge in Atlanta, and I mean, like, top one of the top baby faces, and just super push, and never, you never saw him without his mask.
Yeah.
And even later in life, he came and worked the Continental area a little bit, and he'd go in the shower with that mask on. I mean, he protected the gimmick. He protected it big time. But as I got older, um, Ric Flair. So look, Ric Flair. Ric Flair. Please let me tell this story.
Yep.
Do you have a minute
Yeah,
where
we
I can
do.
tell this story? So this was, I had just moved down here, and I was 21, I think, and just able to get in the bar at the time. And
Down
so,
where, Scott?
oh, I'm sorry, Pensacola.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Southeastern Territory. And
Redneck
so
Riviera.
yes, and back in those days, each wrestling territory would get the world champion for a week. And so it was Flair's week to be in Pensacola. And he was working against my dad every night in the main event. And they were going, 50 minutes or 55 minutes or whatever. And so I go to the show, I watch them do that. And my dad goes, "Hey, Flair doesn't have a car. So I want you to go take him out wherever he wants to go, and just don't let him go to jail." And I started going, "No, Dad, hey, that's not me. No, no, I don't want anything to do with it." Because, I'd heard all the stories about Flair. And at this time, Flair's probably in his 30s. I mean, and already the world champion. I mean, so anyway, I, I watched their match, 50 minutes. I mean, long match. I take him back to his hotel. He said, "Hey, yeah, can you give me like, 45 minutes or so?" I said, "Yeah, sure." So, I go sit in the car. I come back, and he opens the door, and he's in his boxers, his Sunday go to meeting shoes with his black socks on. And he's got, back then, a hotel room had old wooden chairs, like a block chair.
Yep.
And he had it up against the wall in his hotel room, and he was doing step ups. And he just opened the door and went right back to doing step ups. And he said, "Hey, put whatever you want on the TV. Just give me a few more minutes." And he starts doing these step ups. Well, he did them forever. And I said, "Well, Rick, how many do you do?" And he said, "Well, I do 10 sets of 100. And I went, "Well, you traveled all day and you just went 50 minutes at least with my dad. Why do you?" And he said, "Well, 60-minute man, Space Mountain." He said, "You got to live the gimmick, right?" And I said, "Yes, sir, you do." That moment in time is etched in my mind because he was at the top of his game in his 30s, top of his game, and stayed there for a long time. But without even saying a word to me, he showed me what it took to stay at the top of your game. And man, the respect I have for that dude, his work ethic, in his prime, second to none. Of course, after that, he got dressed and we proceeded to go to a bar, and where he literally said, and I'm not kidding, he said, we walk in the door and everybody, it's midnight now, and everybody in there turns and sees, "Oh my God, it's Ric
It's
Flair."
Nature Boy Ric Flair.
And he literally says, "Barkeep, make me a pitcher of kamikazes." And the kid goes, "Well, Mr. Flair, I don't know how to make a pitcher of kamikazes. So, well, do you know how to make a kamikaze?" And he said, "Well, yes, sir." He said, "Well, then make one and make them go all the way down the bar and hand me a pitcher." To this minute, it is the most alcohol I've seen on one bar in my life. And I mean, just 50 glasses. And Flair just took the pitcher and he just went boom, boom, all the way down. Now the entire bar is watching, no doubt about it. He just turned around with that pitcher and said, "Ladies," and here they came. And I won't say how that night ended.
It's good to be the king.
I remember the beginning of the night for sure.
It might not have needed Blue Chews, but if it did, you can get them with code DOGG.
That's DOGG. Code Dog.